What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you all so much for checking this video out. If you like this video and have checked out my other content, if you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever I post videos in the future. For now, definitely check out some of the other content that I have. There's some really cool stuff from Disney, Universal, other places I visited in Florida. And when I took my first trip to Cincinnati a few months ago, so that is fun. Thank you. So today's video is going to be a little bit different for my followers that have been with me for a while. So first of all, to all of you guys who have subscribed and been with me since the beginning and for the last several months, you guys are awesome and I appreciate your subscribership. As you can tell, I am at home. This is my first home vlog, a vlog done at home in my study right now, where I can kind of be a nerd with my Star Wars stuff. There's a Cinderella castle frame I got at Magic Kingdom about a year and a half ago. And then of course I have a mythosaur here from The Mandalorian. That thing is fantastic. Today's video is going to be sort of an update on what my hopeful plans are, and then to kind of also discuss why I let my Walt Disney World annual pass expire and did not renew. Because if you have been with me for a while, you know that's been where the focus of my videos have been. And I, in the last series that I posted a few weeks ago, let my pass expire because I'm not happy with some of the decisions that the company is making when it comes to their theme park side of the industry. So that we're going to talk a little bit about. But for right now, I wanted to start with sort of the direction that I think I'll be going. Maybe, I have no idea. This video is going to be really candid, you guys, and I'm just going to have a chat with you. So I hope you're ready for it. And I'm sorry I haven't been posting as consistently as I would like to, but that's going to be part of this. So here we go. So where is the channel going? Honestly, guys, the answer to that question, I do not know. As I said, I did not renew my Disney annual pass. And for those of you that have been with me from the beginning, you know Disney has been close to my heart. It's the place that I've vlogged at the most. But now without that pass, I don't know what the future will bring. I initially started this to follow in the footsteps of some of the other YouTube theme park vloggers that some of you may know, some of you may not know. You know, I started years ago watching the Tim Tracker, sort of the OG, the original theme park vlogger. He and his wife Jen took us along their adventures at Disney, doing theme park updates, merchandise updates, you know, going to different travel destinations in Florida. In some cases across the country, they went to Disneyland, they've gone to Dollywood, they've gone to the Disney Aulani Resort in Hawaii. They took us to Japan, to Tokyo Disneyland. So they were really the ones that really started this, you know, and then more and more folks started to come up, like Jackie from Super Enthused, Nate from Paging Mr. Morrow, Jojo from Jojo's World, and Kyle from Kyle Paulo on his channel. You know, and these guys sort of inspired me to want to start this channel. Unfortunately, I don't have the means to quit my day job and do it full-time the way they do. That I hope is a goal I can achieve in the future, but right now it's not in the cards for me, just with where I am financially in my life with my friends and family. It's just not something that I'm able to do. So it's kind of this sort of, whenever I go, I take you along for the ride, and I'd like to think that the content's been fun so far. So that's something that I hope you guys have enjoyed, you know. And then we had the live streams that followed with some of these other content creators, like Resort TV One really started this live streaming from the theme parks with you know, their phone on a gimbal and just taking you along the day. They had like 8-hour streams, sometimes 12-hour streams, LBV TV is another one that followed in them. Drew in the Moment, one that I started following last year with, you know, that's been an amazing channel. So I really have hoped to take my channel in that direction, but that's just not in the cards for me. And like we will discuss here shortly, the reasons that I'm not renewing my Disney annual pass, which breaks my heart because I do love Disney. I grew up on Disney, and I have such fond memories and nostalgia there, and so it's just sad that I've had to make this decision. So the direction of the channel was supposed to be the same thing as all these other guys, you know, going to Disney every day, different parks, showing you updates, you know, riding different rides, trying foods, you know, going to Universal every other day or something like that as well, doing that, going to different places, but it's sort of taken a change. Just life is playing out the way it is. And I have to be smart because I do have a day job. I don't live in Orlando. I don't have the, like I said, the financial luxury of, at the moment, to stop what I do day to day and you know, go to Orlando and do this every single day. I enjoy my job. I love the people that I work with, and I love the clients that I work with as well. Some of you watch this. This is amazing, and you guys are awesome, and thank you so much for that. So where this may go, it might end up being just I'll take you along my journey. If, you know, when the time comes I go to a theme park, I will be at Universal because I did not cancel that annual pass. It is cheaper and a little bit more reasonable to keep, you know, versus a Disney annual pass. So I will be at Universal again, so definitely if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and check out some of my other videos because they're a lot of fun, I think. You know, every YouTuber, when they start, their first videos are kind of, you know, I myself didn't really care for my first 1 or 2 videos, but as they kept going, I really enjoyed the content I was putting out, and I hope you guys do as well. So, I know that's not really an answer, but I just don't know where this is going to take me. I don't know where I'm going to take this. It might end up literally just being a video on, you know, it might be a YouTube channel on, you know, whenever I do travel somewhere, just taking you along for that ride. When I do go to theme parks, taking you along for that ride. And it may not be as consistent as some of the, like I said, the YouTubers that I follow, like JoJo's World and Kyle Paulo, where they post every single day, sometimes 2 videos a day. Sometimes they'll go to a theme park that day, record, and that video is up by the afternoon. But this is what they do. This is their day job. And they probably don't watch this, but you know, a lot of these other folks that I watch day to day, Paging Mr. Morrow, JoJo's World, Kyle Paulo, Super Enthused, Tim Tracker, you know, they probably don't see my videos because I'm in nowhere near their league, but they were the inspiration for this, and so I do want to keep my channel going. I just don't know when and where it will go, and how big it'll get going forward, just because I can't do this consistently as I would like to. You know, I think Instagram is easier. My Instagram, you know, at the Magical Viewpoint. I changed my name on there to Ryan the Vlogger because I'm no longer going to Disney, so I didn't keep the name the Magical Viewpoint. But my friend Danielle, actually, who, if you see this, Danielle, see, I'm giving you credit. She, when we were in Cincinnati and I was vlogging back in October, she kept saying, oh, you know, I'm with Ryan the Vlogger. And that just kind of stuck. And I kind of liked it, so I went with that. Initially, the Magical Viewpoint was because I was going to be a Disney-focused channel. And I still am going to do Disney every so often, just because I don't have an annual pass. It doesn't mean I won't ever go again. I do plan to renew my annual pass at some point, but you know, there's just some choices the company's making right now that I'm not too happy about, and again, we're going to get to that here shortly. So enough rambling from me. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. Or, you know, if you go to the About Me section on my YouTube channel here, you can see an email. You can send me an email or reach out to me on Instagram. But I'm hoping that this continues to go. I will be vlogging from Universal, so you know, it's not like my theme park vlogging is over. It's just when I vlog at Universal, it's also very limited because they play a lot of copywritten material. So it is hard to record on rides, especially with their locker systems. You can't record on anything really. That's why most of my Universal videos, it's just the Velocicoaster queue. We can record on ET, but even like Men in Black, they, you know, because of the spinning, it's very hard to record, so they put everything in lockers. But definitely check out some of my other videos. And thank you guys who have been loyal followers from the beginning and for the last several months. And again, if you're new, thank you so much for checking out this video. And definitely take a look at some of the other stuff that I have. And if you like it, you know, definitely let me know. So without further ado, let's get to the real content of this video, talking about why I didn't renew my Walt Disney World annual pass and the choices that Disney has made with their parks recently that I personally don't agree with. Some of my friends that I've gone with don't agree with, and sort of how that led to my decision. So let's get to that. Switching angles and gears yet again, just to keep it a little interesting. And as you've noticed, the lighting has changed a little bit because it did get darker since I recorded the intro to this video. So now I'm using my ceiling fan light to kind of help with the angling. So this is the original that we started with, and just to the left here is where where I just recorded this last segment. So Walt Disney World, I grew up with it. Born in the 90s, watched all the movies. My favorite Disney movie is Lion King, the classic Lion King. And I went to Disney my first time in the late 90s, went again in the early 2000s, you know, mid 2000s, and in high school I went every year with my language class. We went to Epcot. And I just have fond, nostalgic memories of everything there. That was when Epcot had the monoliths at the front with the etching, but now they have the Leave a Legacy wall, which you can see on my Instagram. And I did that in one of my last videos. So why didn't I renew my Disney annual pass? I know that a lot of you guys that follow me because you know my passion for Disney. Some of you know me personally and know how close and dear that is to my heart. And how much it hurts, honestly, to, at this very moment, as of the recording of this, Monday, February 7th, you know, 2022, I'm no longer a Disney annual pass holder because my pass expired a couple days ago on the 31st of January. And there's a couple reasons for it. Number one, although this is not the biggest reason, it is definitely a contributing factor because this is something that used to be included with park admission, used to be included with my pass, and all annual passes was what was the Fast Pass Plus perk of being able to book a time, return to a ride of your choice, and get on a little bit faster. That used to be included with the cost of admission. Disney, since COVID in 2020, when the parks closed, they kind of did away with that. Not kind of, they did away with it. And for several months, we never had anything like that. To be honest, I didn't really have a problem with it because there was no two lines anymore. There was just one line and it moved because they weren't stopping the line to let in another line, to then stop that line, to then continue the regular standby. So I thought, freaking fantastic. Like, I'm okay with this. And then several months ago, they introduced Genie, which is a free service through the My Disney Experience app that helps you sort of plan your day. It's an artificial intelligence service they've built into their app. So you choose kind of your likes, your dislikes, what you like, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and it accounts for your dining reservations. And it sort of helps you plan your day of, oh, you like thrill rides and you're at Magic Kingdom, go to Big Thunder Mountain, or Space Mountain currently has a short wait time. Then they introduced Disney Genie Plus, which is a paid service where you pay, it's $15 per guest per day. So if you pay $15 today, it'll work for you at any park all day. And you can book what they now call the Lightning Lane, which is the same thing as a Fast Pass. It's just, you have to pay for it now, which is what a lot of fans of Disney, mostly pass holders, were not happy with. I didn't mind it too much because Universal has a paid system, and so I thought, well, if Disney's jumping on that, then they lost some money during COVID, so maybe they need to rebuild. And honestly, $15 for the day, especially if you're gonna park hop and you can use it all over, it's not terrible. I do understand that it can get expensive if you are a party of 5, 6, or 7 people, because now you each have to pay for that. And then there are certain rides, like high-tier rides, like Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, for example, where you pay an additional $15 on top of the Disney Genie Plus to get the Lightning Lane. It's not included. So, those are some of the things that was one of the things, and a small one, that made me not want to renew my pass. Speaking of Rise of the Resistance, as you can tell, I am a huge Star Wars fan. Darth Vader actually is my favorite character. And so I have Darth Vader right here with Tarkin and a Stormtrooper, and farther to that side is Boba Fett. I love Rise of the Resistance. The first time I rode that ride, I woke up at 7 a.m. and I managed to get into that virtual queue. And when I got on that thing, I was awestruck. I mean, stepping into a First Order Star Destroyer, being detained by the First Order and the Stormtroopers, seeing 2 full-size AT-AT walkers, and it was just an amazing experience. Fast forward now, where they've gotten rid of the virtual queue, and they're using the Lightning Lane that you have to purchase. Now, to purchase the individual Lightning Lane for a ride like Rise of the Resistance, like one of those high-tier ones, you don't need Disney Genie Plus. You can just buy that Lightning Lane independently, and you can only do it once a day. So, the second decision that they've made with this, they've gotten rid of that virtual queue that many of you may know was really hard to get into to begin with. And now you can either wait in the standby line for Rise of the Resistance, or you can purchase the Lightning Lane. Disney World resort guests. So if you are a Disney World guest and you're staying at Disney's Art of Animation, Pop Century, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, any of the big Disney resorts, you get priority on purchasing the Lightning Lane. I mentioned this briefly in my last Hollywood Studios vlog with my friends Bianca and Brian, and they give priority to the resort guests, which, okay, I understand. They're paying hundreds of dollars to stay at your resorts, so yes, give them some kind of priority. So Disney resort guests can purchase Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance starting at 7 a.m. in the morning. That is 2 hours before the park generally opens. And then other guests, like myself, can purchase the Lightning Lane starting at 9 a.m. when the park opens, if there are any Lightning Lane passes left. And this is one of the things that I was really salty about in our last video, because it was basically my last visit to Hollywood Studios for a very long time, and I was not able to get on Rise of the Resistance because they prioritized their hotel resort guests. And come on, be realistic. At that point, there's no passes left. We kept looking for the entire day and there was nothing. So prioritizing your resort guests simply because they're paying to stay at your hotels, to me, was, I understand the business decision, I really do. But it is also unfair to other guests who have planned their vacation and may have this once in a lifetime opportunity. So You know, maybe what Disney should have done is say, okay, well, we are going to have a certain amount of Lightning Lane passes for hotel guests, and then we'll have a certain amount that won't be touched until that 9 a.m. opening for regular guests. If they do that already, and it's just that there's a huge disproportionate amount, or there's just a stupid amount of people that's trying to get on at the same time. Sorry, I keep looking to the left. My window has a brush and there's a bird going back and forth that's really catching my eye. But if they have that, then great. But it seemed to me to be a huge disadvantage to a regular day guest who can't afford to stay for $500 a night at Disney's Polynesian, or for $700 a night at Grand Floridian, or even $300 a night at Pop Century. So that was another thing. Third decision, this is one of the bigger decisions that they have made that I don't really agree with. And again, as a Star Wars fan, it hurts my heart because I would love to stay at the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser hotel that they have launching here in March. It is a 2-day experience, so it's not a regular hotel. This is designed to be a sort of space cruise, which is, you know, the Galactic Star Cruiser. And as many of you may already know, the prices are ridiculous. I understand that Disney is your higher tier theme park, and they've always been a little pricier than other resorts and other theme parks. But you basically have to go with a default of 2 guests to get the cheapest cabin option, which then comes out to a total of just under $5,000. I mean, it's $4,802 or something like that. But after tax, let's face it, you're gonna hit that $5,000 mark. If you double that and you bring 4 people, it's, you know, it's a little bit better, kind of, maybe not, but then you have to get the cabin for 4, which amounts to almost $5,200, $5,200 and change, which after tax, let's face it, probably goes up to 55 or 56. And then you have the highest tier room. I don't remember how many guests are total in that. I believe it's 5 or 6. But that's a whopping $6,000. After taxes, probably 65 in that area. It's ridiculous. If I can get a graphic, I'll put it here of some of the prices. If I can't, well, you know, I can post that on Instagram as well. But it's ridiculous. I mean, if you just Google Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, you'll see that pop up. That's ridiculous. $6,000 for a 2-day experience at a hotel that's supposed to be like a cruise, and you're not even going anywhere. Now, it does include a ticket to Hollywood Studios because of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which I do love, and it's a you know, there's supposed to be experiences you can do, but that's not worth $6,000. I mean, you know, and some of the YouTube footage that they've put out and had to later take down, it looks so gimmicky. It does not look like Star Wars, in my opinion, and it was strange. It was weird. You know, if I have $6,000, I'm not going to spend it for a 2-day prescribed experience, really 1.5 day prescribed experience that doesn't even, I don't even go anywhere. For $6,000, I can find decent flights to Europe 6 times. You know, for $6,000, I could go on a Disney cruise for a week and actually see different things, different experiences, and experience real different cultures. You know, for $6,000, that, I don't care what experiences they have. I don't care what they say. You can't justify, to me, you cannot justify that for any kind of hotel experience for really, let's face it, 1.5 days. Maybe 2 days solid, because, you know, you check in the afternoon for your first day. Then you have, yes, your next full day, and then the next day is a half day because you check out I mean, it's not even like it's a full, oh, check-in today, I have 2 whole days and then a checkout day. It's literally about 2 days tops from when you add everything up. So yes, I mean, if you're super rich and money's not an issue to you, have fun. I hope you enjoy it for those of us who are not that fortunate. Yes, you can save and go and over time, but it's the principle. I mean, $6,000. That leads me to the other reason that I didn't renew my pass. And again, I know it all keeps going back to Star Wars, but this is what they've done with the Star Wars attractions. I love Galaxy's Edge. You guys have seen countless videos of it there. I love the Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance. I love going to Oga's Cantina. I love going into the droid shop. I love going to the milk stand for the blue and green milk. I don't really care. Now that Galaxy's Edge has been open for several years, I don't know if I really care for this experience thing that they keep going for. You know, it's impossible, and I've tried multiple times to get a reservation to build a lightsaber. It's a whole 20-something minute experience, so it's very hard to get a reservation. Same thing with building a droid. I've tried really hard to get in for that, but that's hard to get reservations for now as well. It's not a 20-minute experience like building a lightsaber, but still, you know, it's this whole thing. Oga's Cantina, I've only gotten in there twice in the how many years that Galaxy's Edge has been open, because it is hard to get a reservation there. And then, you know, Rise of the Resistance. So this whole, you know, everything needs to be this long experience so that it's impossible for a lot of people to get. And I'm a former pass holder. I was there all the time, so I didn't really think, you know, oh, this is fine, I'll just come back next month. For people that don't have that luxury, I mean, it's a terrible thing, because they're not going to be able to get in. Now, these are the things that motivated my decision and my thought process. The big one for me, you know, all of this other stuff aside, and I know I sound like a child complaining, but everything that I just talked about aside, what really did it for me was the raising of the annual pass prices and the stripping of our benefits. I had the Disney Gold when I had on the Legacy system. I had the Disney Gold pass that was about $7.99 a year. I paid $200 and ended up paying like, it was something like $50-something a month. Florida resident benefit of doing that tier payment plan. They stopped the annual passes during COVID, and then they introduced these new ones that basically are not the best bang for your buck. They're literally stripping pass holders of their benefits, raising prices, and making the Disney parks sort of an experience for those who can afford it. For me to renew my annual pass at the rate that I would like, so that I could go as often as I would like to, a little bit more freely to produce content, I would have to get at least the new Sorcerer Pass, which is a whole $100 more expensive than what I have previously been paying a year. So it would be, I think, $8.99. I can't actually check it because they're not selling the passes right now. We'll get to that. You know, it would be $8.99, automatic $205 down payment, and then something like $50 or $60 a month. They took away the photo pass benefit that my gold pass had. The discounts honestly were not that great. It says up to 20%, but 9 times out of 10 it was always just 10%. And I guess it's better than nothing, but come on. I'm paying you almost $1,000 a year. You know, I think we could do a little better than that. And then there's the removal of the fast passes lightning lanes being included. really the only benefits you get. And then you have this reservation system now. Let's switch gears and talk about that. The reservation system, which a lot of people have not been fans of. I didn't necessarily mind it because it did kind of keep crowds a little bit low. I mean, now it's not doing anything. But the reservation system was something else too. Like, as a pass holder, the perk of being able to just, you know what, I kind of want to go to Epcot like right now. That is lost, because if there are no reservations, you're screwed. You can't go. And so that was something else about the new annual passes. And now, at this very moment, again, if I can get a graphic here, then I'll put it up, but they're not even selling these things. They're selling the lowest tier one, the Pixie Dust Pass, which is the equivalent of their weekday pass, which is like $3.99 a year. And no reasons. They haven't said, you know, well, why they're not selling these passes anymore. I think they were on sale for maybe a month and a half or 2 months. And now they're just currently unavailable on the website. They're not selling them. They haven't said why. And so it's just kind of like, guys, what are you doing? Again, I love the company, but I don't believe in blind loyalty where, you know, I have to sit back and say, you know, everything they're doing is fantastic because I love the company. I love the company. I like Disney. I enjoy going to the parks. However, I'm not going to sit blind and watch them raise prices on me and strip my benefits. You know, I didn't want to believe that they would remove the annual pass holder program in Florida, but it is my opinion that could be where they're going. Let me know what you guys think. I've talked to a bunch of other people and they've thought the same thing. But those are the reasons why I have not renewed my Disney annual pass. I know me as one person not renewing my pass is nothing to them. It won't do you know, anything as far as, you know, sending a message. It won't. But for me, at the moment, I cannot justify paying more and getting less. And that's really what it comes down to. Everything else that I talked about, as much as those are problems that I have, I could disregard. Because for me, sometimes it's just about going to the park and sitting around and enjoying the atmosphere. But those are the reasonings behind my decision. You know, and I hope to see where they go and potentially, you know, renew my pass in the future if that is something that I'm able to do. But for right now, that is why I have not renewed my Disney annual pass. I have kept my Universal pass because, again, overall it's cheaper, and I have more friends that will continue to go to Universal. Most of my friends with Disney passes have not renewed their passes for similar reasons. You know, now I will go to Disney again. It just might mean, you know, hey, let me pay a day ticket and just go and make the most out of the day and come back home. That's what it'll mean in the meantime right now for the future. If you were a Disney pass holder and did not renew, please let me know in the comments down below why you didn't renew. Do you agree, you know, with these reasons? You know, are these some of the things that you've seen Disney do, or things that they're not doing that you think that they should be? You know, that would make the experience that much better for you as a guest. That would make you want to renew your pass. But I wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. So thank you for listening to that. I know this is a longer video, but it is definitely something that I wanted to share with you, because I know that for a lot of you that do watch this, you watch it because you like Disney as well, and you like the vlogs from Disney and from Universal, and unfortunately Disney is not going to be part of it for right now. I took enough pictures to be able to have some of that content through Instagram, and I hope to keep that going. And I'm trying to get to Universal this month or next month at some point somewhere. And definitely will be going to Disney Springs because I really do enjoy that place as well, for like lunch and shopping and things like that. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. And I will keep you guys updated. We'll be going on Instagram. Definitely follow me there at the Magical Viewpoint. Thank you for checking out this video, and I hope you guys are having a great week so far.